Welcome. You have reached review time with Emperiol. We're going to be reviewing today Snowfall Season 3, Episodes 1 through 5. Now, in my previous seasons last season, I did review the whole season of Snowfall. And I wasn't at first going to review this season, but then I gave it a shot and I've been watching it to get caught up. So I just finished the first 5 episodes and I'm up to date. So I figured why not, It is a decent show. And I start off the review of the first 5 episodes by saying rest in peace to John Singleton, who's executive producer of the show, who brought this show to life. Even though the storyline came from, I will always say, Freeway Ricky Ross, the storyline comes from his actual life. He doesn't get no credit for it, so I always put that in the review. Just as a FYI, if you just checking the review, look up Freeway Ricky Ross, not Rick Ross, the rapper, Freeway Ricky Ross, and you check his storyline, and you will see that this storyline of Snowfall has to do with his life. He doesn't get any credit for it. And I'm not sure if he want credit, but he should have. So nevertheless, let's get into it. So you got season 3. Franklin is season 2 ended with Franklin just getting out of jail, and he just got out of jail. Reed pulled some strings to get him out of jail by having the detective that was hawking him, that was there when he shot his friend, to get her to pull back, to tell her, to show her the bigger picture. He told her he'd let her into what he got going on if she let Franklin go. So she did. She followed suit. So that's how Franklin got out of jail. Meanwhile, she was undercover with Gustavo and his girlfriend, and she was messing with Gustavo's girlfriend's cousin, and his cousin was kind of soft, and she ended up, I think her name's Lucia, I think that's her name. Lucia killed her cousin, and Gustavo, the hitman, came. Gustavo was fighting, and Lucille, I thought she died, but she didn't. So in this season, you see Gustavo, he's basically like a bodyguard, not a bodyguard, like security guard at a local bar somewhere. And Reed comes to recruit him, and he wants to use Lucille's family's like routes and use their fields for the transport drugs and stuff like that. But in the process of that, you had to go get Lucille's mom involved. So that's in one of the episodes. So what I'm doing, I'm not giving you episode to episode. I'm pretty much giving you a summary of the first 5 episodes. So in Franklin's life there, his mom is on board. She know what he do. His dad know what he do. They don't necessarily agree with it, but he's grown. So, you better, to stay family, you best to, be a part of it versus alienate him and then you not know what's going on. So Uncle Jerome, he got his own little stereo business called Jam and Jerome's, and Franklin and his mom, they got a real estate business. Louie, she got the club. So everybody doing their thing. Leon, he's out. He got a big homie that's with him, and Leon's getting treacherous. He's a cannon out there. He's a cannon, shooting people up, shooting with no regard. So he's a cannon, and they have a friend they went to high school with, who they do business with, but Leon don't really like him. His name is Man Boy. and he had Leon's old girl showed them how to make the product because she used to cook up, and so they, that's where the beef came because they had his old girl around and she was doing treacherous stuff over there, but they told her to kick rocks, get her out of there. So in the process of all that, you had they could cook up, but they didn't have a good product like Franklin and them had. So they had to make peace. But I could see something brewing later on in the season with Leon and Man-Boy finally going head to head. You had Aunt Louie, the older woman that she was with. She pretty much let her overdose herself and she OD'd and drowned in the pool. The cops came and got Aunt Louie, held her in the interrogation room for like 24 to 48 hours, and she didn't fold. She stayed 10 toes down. They eventually got her out of jail. And meanwhile, Franklin's girlfriend, well, the girl he really liked, that he's always been fond of, she's going to go to college, Spelman, but she sniffed cocaine, which is this going to come to a head later on in the season. You already know that. But meanwhile, her dad, which is the cop, he has a hard on for Franklin. He was pretty much trying to tell Franklin, like, before I go at you, I want to give you the chance to just stop. And Franklin pretty much like, man, I can't stop, or whatever. So he dropped Franklin off at an area where he could see with the product, even though he getting money, but the product is tearing down the community. And you got women who's on it who don't even care about their children. So, yeah, you getting money, but look at the effects you tearing down your community. You stepping on your community to get whatever you trying to accomplish. So after that, he pretty much had a hard on for Franklin, and he did a sweep of the community and rounded up drugs. They beat down Uncle Jerome when they came. The cops raided the crib. They beat down Uncle Jerome. He was in the hospital. And now it's a war between Franklin and the girl's cop. So Aunt Louie, she had her sister come from, because Aunt Louie is really from Louisiana, so she had her people come from Louisiana. They set the cop up, drugged the cop. When he woke up, his badge and his gun was missing. So they gonna plan to do something like that on him. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna plan out. Meanwhile, you have Reed, the woman that was an undercover against Gustavo and them. Reed didn't tell Gustavo and them that he brought her on to work with her, and she know what's up. So when Gustavo showed up to make business, Reed wasn't there and she showed up. So without hesitation, Gustavo just came in and blew her head off and got her up out of there. So, that was crazy. So that's going to be something because of that, because she got people that know what she was doing. So they're going to be looking for her soon or whatever. But they dissolved her body. They put her body in acid and buried her. So that's going to be interesting how that's going to pan out. You had the guy that first got, I can't think of his name right now, that first got Franklin on. He took Franklin. Franklin wanted to expand his business, so he wanted to get some offshore accounts. So he was going to hustle Franklin, told Franklin he needed $1.5 million, and he was going to hustle Franklin to get the money because he owed some people. So Franklin kind of, he's not stupid, so he kind of figured out he was trying to hustle. So what he did was he manipulated him and act like he found his own banker, and then the dude pretty much came clean on why he really needed the money. So Franklin pretty much told him, I didn't really get rid of the money. I was just getting it out of you, and pretty much gave him $1 million to settle his debt, and then another $1 million for his to start his offshore account. So Franklin is making moves, and he drove off in a private plane. Franklin got his own crib out in the outskirts somewhere. He's trying to expand. He wants to take the business from. He want to take the business from nickel and diamond. He want to just sell weight. Where him and his crew, you never see them. All they do is just sell weight to people who can move it. And meanwhile, Reed is looking for more opportunities, so he had to go over Colombia somewhere and meet up with a guy. And this guy is a party guy. He want Reed to go into the club business with him. Now, Reed ain't trying to have his name on nothing, but you got this guy that really wants Reed to be a part of it, because the guy feels as though if you part of it, you just as invested as I am. So anything go down, you going down too. So, and this guy is the supplier of the Reed's new connect for the cocaine. So Reed got to pretty much deal with this guy because he's the connect. So he wants his club. He's kind of stopping Reed's products or whatever. So it was also a moment where Gustavo and Lucia's mom, they were traveling to America, and they had their own back roads and all that they had created and stuff. And they had a junk truck that broke down, and then he fell asleep. When he woke up, she came down the road with a cop that she didn't have, pulled a gun on, and she was basically like, let's kill him, because don't leave no witnesses. And he pretty much was like, nah, you ain't gonna kill him. So he didn't kill him. They left the cop alive, but they never told Reed that incident happened. So we're gonna see if later on in the season if that come back to bite them, because they left a witness. So pretty much I think I'm covering everything. Things is great. It's only been 5 episodes. Things are already turn up. That's the summary in a nutshell to keep you in the know. And that's my review. So far, it's coming out to be a decent season or whatever. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know whether it would fall off or not. But hey, I've been watching the first 2 seasons, so why would I expect that season 3 is just gonna fall off? So it is. Snowfall is a good season. If you are a fan of it, tune in. I'm gonna start reviewing episode to episode, starting with episode 6. Tune in, comment, let me know what you think about the season so far. If you just tuning into Snowfall, you can look at my playlist. I have a playlist where I reviewed all of season 2 in a nutshell. So to keep you up, if you don't want to take the time to binge watch it yourself, you can just come here, tune in. I pretty much give you a play-by-play of everything that's going on to keep you apprised of what's taking place in the season. So subscribe and like. Get those likes up, man. Subscribe and like. Don't cost you nothing. Share the video. Comment. Till next time.